Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your September 2020 Money, Wealth, Finance, Prosperity, Abundance reading. For the readings this month, I will be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then, Aquarius, I will close out your reading with a magical messages from the fairies oracle card. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. Let's see. I think that is it as far as the intro goes. Let's go ahead and get started, Aquarius, and see what's going on for you for the month of September. Okay. Oh. All right, Aquarius. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2020? Okay, let me make sure everything is in frame here. All right, Aquarius, I get the sense that you're ready to give up. As we move into the new month of September, I see that the best course of action for you is to take a step back, reevaluate, and sit tight. Because something new is in the works here, very clearly. Something new as it relates to your career, your professional life, money, finances, business, new projects, all of those things. Something is going on. Something is germinating beneath the surface. Now, as we move into September, though, I see that you're going to be doing a lot of, I'm getting the sense of investing, like spending money in order to make money. Now, a lot of times, we all have heard the idea that, oh, you have to spend money to make money, you got to invest if you want to get something back. And in most cases, that is true. However, sometimes doing so, when we don't see a return right away, that can cause a lot of frustration. It can cause a lot of doubt and insecurity financially, as well as, just in every area. So Aquarius, I see that's kind of what you're going through as we move into September. It's like you're trying to make money, but you're also investing a lot. You're investing a lot of time, money, energy, attention into trying to get something either off the ground, trying to get a new job, trying to start a new business, trying to see some type of return on an investment that you've recently made. Now, while you're going through this, you are going to feel a little frustrated. You are going to feel like it's time to give up. You even probably have some people around you who are probably being very cynical, who are they're being unsupportive. They're being kind of, I don't want to say mean, but just not nice. People are taking digs. They're saying things that are not encouraging, and so it's kind of making you feel like you're doubting yourself. You're second guessing your plan. So I just want you to know that something will happen. Something positive will show up for you, Aquarius, but you're just going to have to ride this out. The Hermit here tells us to take a step back, kind of retreat. Re-examine our current position, really look and see, do we have to really take action right now, or can we just kind of sit for a little bit and watch things unfold? All right, so this is what's going on for you as we move into this first week of September, Aquarius, and you just have to kind of be patient And you have to understand that certain things are going to be going on and they may not make sense. They may not prove, fruitful right away, but that's all part of the journey. Okay, so you're just going to have to relax, because from what I'm seeing here, the cards are showing me, yes, something is going to happen. Something is going to grow and show up. But, it's one of those things where you just got to kind of wait it out and see and let things happen in their own time, in their own way. Now, I just noticed that there's a card here that was right side up. And this card just reaffirms what I just said. The Four of Swords. This is a card again about retreat, withdrawal, stepping back, removing yourself from the current situation. Really not necessarily walking away, but maybe letting go for a little bit. Okay, Aquarius, so I'm getting that message loud and clear, that that's probably going to be the best course of action for you as we move into the new month. Okay, so let's see what else shows up for you. For my dear Aquarius, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2020, yes. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right. All right, Aquarius. So as we move into the second week of September, you're going to have to make a decision if you want to keep going. And you're going to feel, like I said, like you're ready to give up, like you're ready to either make a sacrifice or not make the sacrifice and always wonder what if, or feel unhappy. Now, this is actually really, really good, because I see you kind of struggle with the decision, but you decide to go for it. Once we move into that second week of September, you really go for it and you put everything in. It's like you're all in. You're going to be very busy working. You're going to be very busy cranking out stuff. You're going to be creating your own results here. Now, the exciting thing is that look what we have here, the Nine of Cups. This is the literal wish card. Whatever you're wishing for, whatever you're hoping for, whatever you're working towards, it will show up. Probably you're going to start seeing signs of it once we hit the second week of September. Now, this card fell onto this Ace of Wands. Now, this is the card that I said, this shows me that you are going to start seeing some positive results. You are going to start, seeing some type of return on your investment. It's going to pay off. All you have to do is stick it out. And you have to be patient, because there's going to be things that you can't necessarily influence one way or another. You just have to allow it to develop, again, in its own time and in its own way. Next, we have the Five of Swords here in the reverse. This means those relationships are still going to be a little bit strange. You're not going to get all the support and all the positive feedback that you were hoping for from the people around you, from the people closest to you. They're not necessarily in a very supportive mood, I shall say, but that's going to be okay. It's going to play on your emotions a little bit. You're going to feel maybe a little deflated, a little rejected in some ways, in some cases. But you know what? Get a grip on those emotions, because that's all they are, emotions. They can be triggering, and I understand that it could be very hurtful, but you really have to find it within yourself to kind of come through that. You have to really, really dig deep to kind of strengthen your own emotional reactions to people, because you aren't going to get the love and the support and the positivity you need, unfortunately. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, because we all go through this. We all go through things where we have people around us who are just not supportive, who are naysayers, or they like to be critical, or they like to make fun. You're going to be experiencing that, but I'm saying you're just going to have to work through it, Aquarius. You're going to have to work through it, because clearly you're in the right direction, and they may not see it, but you're definitely going to see it and you're going to feel it. Now, this is very good as it relates to your money, to your work, to your career, because, all this stuff is happening kind of off to the side. And when it's all said and done, things start showing up front and center for you. Okay. And then maybe these people will be more supportive, maybe they won't. But whatever the case may be, that's not your concern. Your concern is to really be emotionally strong for yourself as you work through this and you make things happen. All right, Aquarius. So, let's see what else shows up for you. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2020, what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right. Okay, so as we move into the second half of September, Aquarius, I can tell you that things definitely are going to turn, and they're going to take a turn for the better. You're going to feel, again, a little frustrated, a little disconnected, and maybe even a little unstable, not mentally, but more like you're feeling like, oh my God, everything is so out of control. And it's going to feel that way, but eventually things are going to start settling into place. I say that because we have the Fool here, the Cups, the Four of Wands, and then we have the Three of Swords, all of these in the reverse. Now, this is a very good card in the reverse. The Three of Swords talks about healing, releasing, repairing the damage, also overcoming some type of huge major setback. This is very, very good. So you are going to be going through these ups and downs. So just trust that you're on the right track, Aquarius, especially when it comes to money, when it comes to work, when it comes to business, okay? The Fool card in the reverse, though, says that you may have started in a new direction. And yeah, the intentions were good. Yeah, the plan was solid. But for some reason, you're going to be moving in a different direction. Now, this is still very exciting. It's a very positive adventure. It's still something new and different, and something taking you in a way that you probably weren't even expecting. But, it's going to be totally off the grid from your original plan. And that's a little unsettling because it's not, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. But you're going to have to just go with it. I think that's kind of the theme of your reading here, Aquarius, is just go with it and trust that you're doing all you can to make it right. The Two of Cups talks about maybe a separation of some sort. I feel like this is professional, not personal. It could be separating from a job, a business partner, a project or a plan. Not that it's not good, it's just not good for you right now. So whatever the case may be, you decide to kind of distance yourself, and I think that's going to be a wise move. Looking at the other cards here, I think, the timing for this probably isn't going to be that great, but you're gonna work through it, and it's gonna be fine. You're gonna see that it was all for the best when everything is said and done. We have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands. This is foundation. This tells me that something is not going to necessarily be grounded as much as you thought it would be. Could be giving you a heads up that maybe something has to be more deeply dived into before you actually consider a final answer. This is the foundation card. It's also the card of stability, and when it shows up in the reverse, it could mean instability. Doesn't mean that something's going to necessarily fall apart, but it just means that there's something that needs to be reinforced. I'm feeling like this has a financial connection to it. So if you can put some more money aside in savings, if you can shave off a few dollars here and there so you have more money set aside for upcoming unexpected expenses, I think that's going to be a wise move. Now we've got these two cards here. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. Two very good cards here. Now, the Wheel of Fortune talks about an unbelievable stroke of good luck. You're going to be in the right place at the right time. Serendipity is on your side. Also, too, this could also mean things literally just turn around in your favor in a big way. The only thing is we have the Emperor here. Now, the Emperor is that control card. He's very much the control, the dominant energy. Okay, so when you do see things start kind of shifting and start turning, especially as it relates to your money and to your work and to your career and to your business, be very, very careful that your control energy doesn't kind of put things in a scattered, direction. We have to be very careful with that energy of control. Now, on the flip side of this, the Emperor also, because he is so domineering and so in control, he pretty much has a good handle and a good grasp on the situation. And I feel like this is you, Aquarius. You really do have a solid grasp of what's going on, and maybe you are a little bit micromanaging in some areas, but it's all going to work out well. You just have to be careful because not everybody responds well to that type of energy. So you're going to have to be very decisive on how you utilize the control you have and how you implement it in the plan of what you're trying to do here. Whether that be looking for a new job, whether that be deciding what to invest in, whether that be making some changes in your business, okay? Control is not bad. It's just when things are out of control that things can be kind of crazy. Okay. Okay, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2020. All right, so Aquarius, as we close out the month of September, you're going to see, you're going to probably see that there's going to be something new showing up for you before what you're working on is even done. Now, this could be a job, maybe you're in the process of accepting one job offer, but then another one shows up. Could also be an opportunity, a business opportunity, where you're kind of working wholeheartedly on this, but then a new opportunity shows up. I'm seeing that there's going to be something very exciting showing up for you. We got the World card here. Now, this is the completion of a cycle. This is also a very positive card too, because it talks about new opportunities, really you kind of connecting in a way that is surprisingly wholeheartedly beneficial. And because it fell on that Wheel of Fortune, the lucky card, something good is coming for you at the end of September, Aquarius, so get ready. That really stood out to me, so I wanted to talk about it first. But let's start here. We have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, sometimes the Three of Cups talks about strained relationships, and it also talks about friendships. The Three of Cups in the reverse, this card always shows up for me when there's some type of I don't want to say a disconnect, but some type of a situation with friends. A friend, feels betrayed, or there's an argument, or there's a disagreement, and then the friendship just kind of goes awry, so to speak. The friendship just kind of goes south. I'm feeling like that could be happening here, and it's unfortunate because I think you probably had high hopes, or maybe you guys had been friends for a while, but I feel like there's a friendship connection here that could also be work related. But there's something where you realize that maybe you're just not as close as you thought you were. Yeah, I'm really feeling that with this card here. But we also have the Four of Swords here Now remember, this was the card that we saw earlier that was peeking out. It's interesting that this Four of Swords showed up twice, which tells me sometimes we're in the action mode, but for you, Aquarius, you're going to have to really step back. You're going to have to really, sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing. And I'm getting very clearly that you don't have to always do. You probably have to sit back and allow for a good portion of this. Now, I know it's exciting because you've got a lot of things going on here and you've got some definite good things coming your way, but be careful not to be overreactive in any way. Be careful not to do something just for the sake of doing something. Get really comfortable with stepping back and being the observer. That's what I'm getting here. We also have the Eight of Cups. This means that you're changing your mind about something. You probably made the decision to leave or walk away, and now you're reconsidering that. It's probably something work or money related. It's okay. I think it's going to work out well. You know, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. A lot of people don't like to change their mind for whatever reason, and I find that odd because I feel like, well, if you get new information or if the circumstances change, you know, why wouldn't you change your mind on a decision you made when you had less information or when things were different? So, you know, it's okay. You're going to change your mind. You may get a little flack from people around you, but it's okay. You're entitled to change your mind at any time, you know, as long as you're not legally bound by a previous decision, or as long as your decision is not hurting anybody. Make no excuses for changing your mind, and make no excuses for exercising your right to do so. We talked about the World card again. Get ready. Something good is happening. Something good's coming your way. It's going to be several opportunities, or what I feel are going to show up for you. Finally, we have the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords in the reverse talks about news and information, a message coming through, a message of something being eliminated, removed, stopped, slowed down, taken away. This is something you have no control over, but it is going to affect you, okay? I feel like this is something in relation to work or business. If you're an employee, probably something's going to be removed from your workplace. Could be a change in how things are done. It could be, people being eliminated from staff, whatever the case may be. If you're a business owner, or an entrepreneur or something, you're going to get the news that you're going to have to change something. You're going to have to stop doing something, or maybe you're going to have to pay something too. Sometimes that shows up with this card as well. But it's not going to be anything catastrophic. I can tell that by the cards that it's touching, the cards that are surrounding it. It's just going to be something where you have no control, but it is going to affect you. So it's more of a heads up. So overall, Aquarius, like I said, your month, the theme really is kind of taking a step back and being a proactive observer, okay? Don't do something just for the sake of doing it. Really think things through and take your time when you are making decisions, and don't be afraid to change your mind if the situation warrants that. So let's go ahead and close out your reading, Aquarius, with a magical messages from the Fairies Oracle card. All right, so we got emotional healing. Now, we did talk about that a little bit in your reading today. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Emotional healing. I think this is good. This could be part of the stepping back process that we talked about. This could also be, giving yourself time and space to heal emotionally. When you're healthy emotionally, you're also healthy physically and financially. This is very important. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, feel free to drop them down below. Thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll definitely do it again next month.